What's going on, black people? Yes. What's going on, righteous people? What's going on, all of God's people? Yes, 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 yes. Come on up in here. Come on up in here. Come on up in here. What's going on? What's going on, Ife? I see you. Joe Stu, I see you. Yes, yes, yes. Baby, we about to do something today. I'm going to have to cry my way through it, but it's going to bless you. Y'all don't know nothing about these shy lights. Come on. Come on, Balaji. Wow. Y'all, yes, 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 yes. Come on in here, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in here.
To watch the children play. You know, tomorrow's
yes, 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 yes.
Just another day.
Come on, y'all. Charles Leonard, I see you. I see you.
They seem to know
yes, 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 yes. Akachi, I see you. Jaquette, I see you. Wanjuku, listen. My love, I see you. Eric Duke, what's going on, brother man? I see you. Y'all, we about to go down. Ooh, what's about to go down up in here? Toka, I see you. What's going on, Kelly Lay? I see you, baby. I see you. I love you. I love you. Ann Thomas, my sister, I see you. I see you. Grant Walker, what's going on? All the way from down home. One of my old school buddies. Yes. Yes. Lepsia, I see you. Malone, I see you. What's going on? Come on up in here, y'all. Listen, last week we talked about Juneteenth. Ooh, somebody stay with me. This week we're going to talk about what happened immediately after Juneteenth. What happened right after Juneteenth. Why we have this thing called Black Family Reunions. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Just stay with me a minute. Come on. Come on. Celeste, I see you. I see you. Yes, Zipporah, I see you. Yes. Yes. Y'all know about them shy lights? Come on. Alan Bradley, what's going on, my good friend, my brother? Obata, hey, good brother Jali. Yes, 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 yes. We're talking about, black people. See, you got to follow. I'm appropriating this song for a reason, right? This song says, have you seen her? Have you seen her? And this is what black people did after slavery. We start walking and asking people, have you seen my son? Have you seen my mother? Has anyone heard of my father? Ooh, just stay with me 1 minute. Just come on in. Marcus, I see you. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Love y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I love y'all for being here. Appreciate you. Absolutely. Woo. I haven't seen my child in 25 years. He was 10 the last time I saw him. Have you seen him? Has anyone seen a set of twins? They would be 40 years old by now. Woo! My God. Has anyone seen my grandmother? She raised me and I have not heard from her in 30 years. She was a seamstress on the Smith plantation. They walked across states trying to put families back together again. That's fine. Let me slow down. Woo! Winifred Brown, my sister, how you doing? I love you so much. You and Eddie and Langston love the family. Yes, yes, yes. Baba Bakari, love you. Woo! My God. My cousin Leon Hendricks, how you doing? How you doing? Tasha, how you doing? Ebony, how you doing? Love you. Jesse Lee, how you doing? Yes, Kyle Fox, how you doing? Has anyone seen my son? Hey! Has anyone seen my daughter? Oh my God. So, this is about to take me out. I'm telling you, I'm gonna cry my way through it, but y'all gotta stay with me. Come on, come on, come on. Akabundu. Yes. Mombe, great elder. Woo! Brenda Hardiman. Yes, my cousin. How you doing? Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, y'all. Come on, y'all. I'm playing Have You Seen Her because that's the question we're asking today. Post Juneteenth, have you seen her? Have you seen him? Has anyone heard of my great uncle? His name was Charles. We called him Junie. He was about 6 feet tall, a very thin man, but that was 40 years ago. Have you seen him? Hey! Hey, God, help me today. Brandon Curitan, how you doing? Yes, Lakeitha, how you doing? My cousin, Lakeitha, absolutely. Justine, how you doing? How you doing, daughter? Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, my gosh. Stay with me, stay with me. Somebody stay with me. Somebody stay with me. Ajagbe, how you doing, great son? Ooh, my God. My name is Indugu Omotosho Jojo Mani. And I'm here today to tell you black people walked all over the South looking for sold away mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers. Oh my God. Do you know the unbelievable anguish black people had the day after Juneteenth? Because Malefi, they went looking for that daughter that someone sold away. She was 4 when they sold her away. She would be 35 now. But I'm still looking. Oh my God. Woo! Sister Carol, how you doing, sister? Yes, yes, yes. Love you. Kofi, love you, Bongo. Kenneth Hammond, I love you, my brother. You're so awesome. Osa Thornton, what's going on, my good brother? What's going on? Appreciate you being on here. I love you, man. Woo, my God. Y'all come on in. Just come on in and get with me. I'm telling you, this right here is about to take me out. I'm appropriating. Have you seen her? Because that's the question we're asking today. That's why black people have family reunions, because we're asking the question, hey, have you seen my people? Have you seen my people? Someone stole away my people, and I'm looking for my people. Have you seen him? Have you seen her? Her name was Lula Bell. I was one of 6 children. They sold me away to Mississippi, and they walked to South Carolina trying to find mama. Have you seen her? Has anyone seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, God, help me today. Wagasi, help me today. Mama Rose, please help me today. Have you seen her? Has anyone seen her? Oh, my gosh. I'm looking for my people. Hey, God, help me today. Woo! My gosh. Have you seen my people? My gosh. Y'all stay with me. Come on in. Hey, I love all of you. I love all of you. Naja Banga, I love you, man. I worship you. Missy Young, I adore you. Yes, 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 yes. Thank y'all. Come on in. Come on in. I'm going to get started in about 30 seconds here. My God. Y'all stay with me today. Now, again, I feel it in my spirit. I'm telling you, I feel it in my spirit. I'm trying my best to hold myself together right now because of the price black people paid trying to reassemble what white folks dismantled. Ajani Nafala, stay with me. Help me out now. Teresa Thacker, come on, stay with me. Somebody stay with me. Somebody stay with me. Ooh, God. This is the moment right after Juneteenth. Ooh, God, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Help me, Tracy. Love you, Tracy. Yes, Brian, help me. Help me. Have you seen her? Ooh, God. Lord have mercy. What I'm about to tell y'all right now, this takes me out so bad. It takes me out so heavily. But it's got to be said. It's got to be said. Come on in here, y'all. Red Summer, I see you. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Woo. Y'all, Emancipation Proclamation did not free the slaves. There is no proclamation. There is no legal anything that freed black people. Black people freed black people. Come on, somebody. Black people freed black people. Black people freed black people. And how do you know that? Because from fighting in the Union Army, from leading slave rebellions, come on, I can yell a yes, 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 yes. Come on, I appreciate you. Love you, man. Come on, come on, come on, Kisachi. Love you. We freed ourselves because white folks got clear that holding us in bondage was going to kill them. We were going to kill them or get free. One of them was going to happen. Somebody come on and lift your hands with me. We were going to get free or you were going to die. Now, one of them was going to happen. Now listen, you decide, right? Come on now, you decide. But one of them is definitely going to happen, right? Something's going to happen. Now, let me tell you why this is important. Once freedom came, black people got together and said, that child they sold away from me, that's what I'm looking for. Sometimes that was 50 years ago. Sometimes it was last year. That mother I've cried for, that's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for my daddy. My daddy loved me. My daddy told me stories at night. I'm looking for my daddy. Somebody sold my boy away from me, and I'm going to go find him. Y'all, our ancestors walked, listen to me, walked from state to state, from Louisiana to South Carolina, from South Carolina to Georgia, from Georgia to Arkansas, Arkansas to North Carolina, North Carolina to Kentucky. Walked, did whatever necessary, asking one fundamental question. Have you seen him? Have you seen her? Has anyone seen my people? His name was George. They called him Frank. Her name was Lucille. They called her Spunky. Have you seen her? Have you heard tell of her? See, this is the story they don't tell us, because this is the story that tells you the strength of a thing called the black family. The black family. We had to put it back together when someone else thought they had destroyed it. Come on, somebody. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. Stay with me. What I did today is I went and I literally now, stay with me. I found some written documents that testify about the desperate search of black people to find one another. There's a book, if you want to write this book down. There is a very, 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 very important book called Help Me Find My People. Help Me Find My People by Heather Williams. Help Me Find My People by Heather Williams, where she documents this day-by-day grind of our ancestors, mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers, desperately searching, praying, spending their last dime, putting ads in newspapers, trying to figure out where their blood had gone. Get that book if you can get this book. Hey, Khadijah, I see you. Yes. Stay with me, y'all. Somebody stay with me. I got chills all over my arm. Hey, listen. And there's also a website called Last Seen. Last Seen. It was put together by professors at Villanova University, where they were doing a very similar thing to what Heather Williams does in her book, and that was they were making a website, right? They were putting together a website whereby people could go on websites and just read just account after account after account after account after account of people who were desperately searching for family members. I want to share with you some of these accounts. Some of these accounts are just so profound in their language, in their desperate cry, right? And I want to share with you what our people were doing and how our people understood the power of writing, the power of literacy, the power of literature, the power of putting their words into action as they were trying to put families back together, right? 1866, an ad. A woman said, "Information wanted of my son, Alan Jones. I'm looking for my son. Help me, oh God. He left me before the war in Mississippi. He wrote me a letter in 1853 in which he said that he was sold to the highest bidder in Charleston, South Carolina. I am his mother. Help me, oh God, today. And I am looking for my son. If anyone would know the whereabouts of the above named person, contact Reverend J.W. Turner, pastor of the AME Church in Ottawa, Kansas." My God, somebody stay with me. Somebody stay with me. Somebody stay with me. At 1867, Evans Green desires to find his mother, Miss Phyllis Green. whom he left in Virginia many years ago. She belonged to old Squire Cook of Winchester. I'm looking for my mother. Has anyone seen her? You have to forgive me. Ooh, God help me. God Almighty. Another, 1872. A mother looking for her son. I'm looking for Leander Woodruff, formerly of Lawrence, South Carolina. Any person who will find my son or send me information of him will confer upon a mother the greatest joy. What? Anyone who will find my son or help me find my son will confer upon a mother the greatest joy. This is what a black woman said in the 1870s trying to find her child. Oh my God. Woo! 1878. Wanted John Barclay, who went from Charleston, South Carolina, with Professor Andrew Miller to be educated in the 12th year of his age. He was 12 years old. That was about the year 1854. It's 1870s now. And if living, he would be more than 30 years old. When last heard from, about 11 years ago, he was in England on board an American vessel. He may be there. He may have returned. If someone has heard of him, you would make a mother thankful and grateful. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This one kills me. It starts out, have you seen my daughter? I am her father. I desire to know the whereabouts of my daughter. Lord have mercy. My name is Bill. Woo! I'm looking for my daughter. And let me tell you why this is so important. This is really touching me because very few people, and in this American narrative landscape, we don't talk about black men fighting for their daughters. But this is the history of black men who went to every length to fight and protect his daughter. And I love, he starts out, has anyone seen my daughter? Come on, Umi Nazapa. Come on. Come on, Kaya. Has anybody seen my daughter? Wow. For about any information, he says, I will be thankful. He says, I've lived north ever since and have not heard from her. But I have traveled to find her. Ooh, somebody stay with me. Somebody stay with me. Somebody stay with me. The next instance says, my 2 sisters and 2 brothers were sold at Miss Sally Powell's sale in Frankfort, Virginia, about 12 miles from Rocky Mount, about the year 1851. This is now 1870. Ike and Charles were the boys' names. Drusilla and Victoria were the girls' names. I am their younger brother. I don't know why this is taking me out. I am their younger brother, Edward Johnson. My father's name was Isaac. My mother's name was Prudence. Has anyone heard of any of these people? Lord have mercy. Help me, oh God. Help me, oh God. Ancestors, I honor you today. Oh God, I honor you today, oh God. Hey. Y'all have to forgive me. Y'all have to forgive me. Ooh, Lord have mercy. All right. But I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. No, if they were bold enough to do it, I'm going to be bold enough to remember it. Huh? Come on. Come on. Y'all stay with me. Stay with me. Ooh, another entry says, of my brother Scott or Washington Zachary, I left him in Johnson County, Arkansas, about the year 1850. Our father and mother were named Ben and Lucy. Our sisters' names were Carol and Miranda. Their father was named Charlie Ward. My father called me Jackson. Woo! Help me, oh God. And my brother, who is out there somewhere, is named John. Any information as to where my family is would be gladly received. I will search for them until I hear. I will search for them until I hear. Does somebody understand what I'm saying to you? I will search for them until I hear. Stay with me, somebody. Stay with me, somebody. This one takes me out. This one takes me out. Wanted, my two brothers, James and Willis Branch. We were in Alabama in the year 1840. When I last heard of them, they were in Daisy County, Georgia. Now, this is what takes you out. This took me out. We were on the same place, meaning the same plantation. We were not of blood kin, but they were my brothers. Hey! Somebody get that. And he's going around the world looking for them. Listen. Will somebody please stay with me? Woo! I'm looking for my people. Have you seen them? God Almighty, help me today. Somebody help me on today. Somebody please help me on today. Whew. 1870. I was sold from my mother when I was but a girl. My mother had 6 children, Patsy, Phyllis, John, Letty, and 2 others who died when I was young. I am anxious to find my sister Letty, who belonged to a man named Lawrence. When he died, Letty was given to his daughter as a gift. But Letty does not belong to her. Letty is my sister. Our mother was Miranda Wade. God, will somebody please help me out today? Woo, help me out today. Lord have mercy. Help me out today. I'm so full I can't hardly see. Whew. I'm looking for my people. We didn't just get free and party the rest of our lives. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened is our ancestors used every inch of their energy and started piecing families back together again. In most instances, they did not find whom they were looking for. That's why we started having this thing called family reunions, because the point of a family reunion was, did somebody hear about someone else? And people would gather and start sharing stories. And sometimes, and there are these wonderful accounts in these testimonies. Sometimes somebody would say, oh my God, yes, I heard about a Lucy Bell on a plantation, and somebody had been searching 20 and 30 years, and that's how they would go find them. We would gather in order to look. Come on, somebody. We would gather as black people in order to search for each other, in order to find more black people. Sometimes we use plantation names as centers of place, right? Stay with me now. So somebody would say, hey, listen, I was on the John plantation. Somebody else might say, I was on the Marshall plantation. So we start claiming physical space, right? In order to construct identity. Stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. That's the same thing we're doing now. When someone says, I'm from Compton. Hey, somebody's going to get this. When somebody else says, hey, I'm from South Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We're claiming space, because space and identity for black people went together, because sometimes names were changed. Sometimes bodies were shifted off. Sometimes we couldn't find people by the names we had given them. But space sometimes and spatial history played a part in our ability to begin to put families and begin to put people back together again. Is somebody with me? Is somebody with me? Right? Come on, somebody. Right? Black people in the South used to have, what they called homecoming services, right? We always had homecoming in our service back home in Arkansas. Homecoming, people would come from miles around. Sometimes people would come from different states. When we had homecoming as a child, folks would come from Kansas City, and folks would come from Minnesota. And that's right, Minnesota, drive all the way from Minnesota to Arkansas. They would come from California. That's right. They'd come from Atlanta and descend on this little bitty place in Arkansas. This Blackwell Happy Bend community, and they still have homecomings to this day right now. And you'd get there and you'd meet people whom you'd never known and never seen, but all these were your folks. Because somewhere together, Our sweat mingled somewhere together. Our blood crossed somewhere together. Our memories got together. And our memories decided that we were family. That's right. Our memories got together and decided. Somebody's going to get that. You might get that when this thing is over. Somebody is going to get how our memories became our being. Whoa, God help me today. Somebody's going to get and somebody's going to understand that what we were really doing with these homecomings, right? And these family reunions, we were trying to say, hey, listen, there's some more family somewhere. There's some more family. Come on, Keith Hammond, you remember it. Come on, you from Menifee. Come on. Come on. Some of my folks were from Menifee. My grandmother went to school in Menifee and graduated from Menifee. That's right. And this was back in the 40s. Come on, somebody. Come on. Come on. Listen. This is why black schools, why HBCUs have what we call homecoming. Now, stay with me. Many other schools have homecoming too, but they're not like black school homecomings. No. And stay with me. Somebody's going to get this. Greg Carr was talking about this on the Karen Hunter show, right? So I want to absolutely give credit to my great brother who's talking about this on the Karen Hunter show also. When we have homecoming at black schools, everybody comes. Not just the alumni. Somebody's going to get this in 1 minute. Not just the alumni. People from the city come. Your friends come. Mom and daddy and them come. Black folks just descend because in the black community, when the family gathers, we don't mean blood necessarily. We mean spirit. In other words, who's connected to whom and how and why. Listen, I'm a proud graduate of Clark Atlanta University. Come on, Clark College. Yes, but I go to Morehouse Homecoming. Sure, I've been to Spelman Homecoming. They have kind of one and the same. I've been to Howard Homecoming. I've been past Hampton Homecoming. Absolutely. Because the truth of the matter is, for any of us black people to have a college degree is the dream of the ancestors. Huh? I can't hear nobody. For any one of us to have a college degree is the dream of the ancestors. Is the dream of the ancestors. I don't care what school you got it from. What the ancestors wanted is, can you read? Can you figure? That's what my people said. Which means, can you count? Can you do mathematics? Y'all don't know about that figuring. Come on, somebody. Right? And so what you got to really understand, y'all, right? What I'm really trying to help us understand tonight is when black people were walking, literally walking the South, and some places in the North and West too, because I found letters from people as far west as Colorado. That's right, Oregon. I heard that somebody took my child to a place out west, and they started putting ads in papers all out in Denver, everywhere else, trying to find family members. And let me tell you why this is important too. Because some of us grew up in families where our emotional connection might have been just a little tenuous, where it might have been a little difficult, which I'm going to talk about in just 1 minute, the difficulty of family. That's in this too. But the thing I need to lay down first is that black people paid hell trying to maintain a thing called family. Paid hell. The aim of this place called America was the destruction of our familial units. And black ancestors said, you can kiss my ass. Absolutely not. I'm going to find my child. I'm going to find my child. I'm going to find my mother. I'm going to find my auntie. My brother is not irrelevant. Hey, God, help me, oh God. I'm literally going to find him, and I'm going to find him, which means I'm getting on these feet of mine. And by the time the sun sets tomorrow, I'll be down the road somewhere, having asked 25 times, have you seen him? Have you seen her? Very often they did not have pictures. And sometimes pictures wouldn't have helped anyway because people had been gone so long. A child at 4, what they look like at 35, oh my God. But let me tell you what's so profound. There are a few of these letters where folks went out in search of children and found them. And you know what's so profound? Very often, even if it's 20 or 30 years later, when the parents saw the child at a distance, they knew them. That's right. They knew them. They said something. There's one story that brings tears to me. I can't read it. I'll just be tore up. They literally fell on the ground and praised God and screamed and wailed and hollered and said, there she is. That's her. And people were just done and weeping and wailing according to the testimony. And the thing I wonder is, how did you know? How did you know? How did you recognize? Somebody somebody who's been gone for 30 years, and when they left you, they were 3 years old. Because there's a spirit in a child that a mother never forgets. There's a spirit in a child that a father never forgets. We never forget it. You never forget it. And when you start building communities, right, and you start building families, you start interacting with that spirit. And you know it if you were on planet Mars. You know it. And this is what our ancestors did. And this is what happened. What's going on, Joe Kai? I see you. Hey, Umi K, love you. Thank you. Valerie, what's happening? Thank you, family. See, this is what we're doing right now. We're doing a family reunion. We're doing it right now. We're remembering. We are remembering. We're putting the members of our ancestors back together again. Somebody's going to get that in 1 minute. Right now, in this moment, I'm reading the same ads of those ancestors who were looking for our people. And you know what this says to me? If somebody get in the spirit, this means somebody was looking for me. Please help me, oh God, today. Wagasi, somebody's looking for you. Wagasi, I'm looking for you. I am your father, and I'm looking for you. Antoinette also, how you doing, my sister? My sister, I know where you are, and it brings me joy to know where you are. Yes, 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 yes. Katahali, I'm looking for you. I call your name in my prayer. Hey! Ire Ife Oluwa. Yes, we have found each other. My life has never been sweeter. We were separated for years. Thank God for bringing us back together again. Hey, somebody's going to get this. You're going to get this. In Sombi, I have been looking for you and I have found you. Oh my God, help me out, somebody. Umi Nazapa, they tried to sell us away and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. We wouldn't leave each other. Ha, 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 ha. See, be very careful, y'all. Sometimes it's not your blood parents necessarily who will be the ones who find you. Somebody's going to get this in just 1 minute. Listen, sometimes it won't be the blood that will find you. It will be the spirit that finds you. Sometimes the spirit that's looking for you ain't the blood that birthed you. Somebody's getting with me. Sometimes the spirit that's looking for you is not the blood that birthed you. Because the blood that birthed you, the job of the blood that birthed you was to simply give you the DNA that you would need for your survival. But it would take the spirit of another being who was looking for you before you were ever even conceived. Come on, somebody. Chioma, I was looking for you before your parents ever even got together. Come on, somebody. Najamba Wole, I prayed for a son like you. Listen, in Karuka, we've been begging for you for centuries. And here you are. Somebody stay with me. Stay with me, somebody. Stay with me. Is somebody feeling what I'm saying? This thing is all over me. Listen, have you seen her? This is a tradition of black people saying, you're not going to take my babies and I'm not going to fight like hell to find them. No, because see, the narrative that America wants to give us, right, is that black people, especially black men, don't really sacrifice to find our children. And when I went and read these narratives totally and absolutely contradict that. These narratives say that black people paid every single price conceivable to find our children. Every single price conceivable. I can't read to you, of course, every narrative I find, right? There are literally thousands. Y'all, there are thousands of ads that people ran in paper. There are thousands of announcements. Sometimes people took a sheet of paper and in a really, really elementary penmanship wrote out a child's name and tacked it to a tree. Literally. Somebody's going to get this. They tacked that name to a tree. And in this story where that happened, later on, they named that tree after that child's name that was tacked to it. God help me on today. Help me on today. Wow. So that tree then became the bearer of that child. In other words, in a minute, that tree is going to call out that child's name. I don't know what in the world God is doing with me right now. I really don't. But I'm not going to fight it. I can yell, I'm going to trust it. I'm just going to trust it, y'all. I'm just going to trust it. I'm just going to trust it. Have you seen him? Have you seen him? Oh my God, Kamathi. Have you seen her? There are stories of boys who are looking for their little sisters. Oh my, just the sweetest narratives. My sister was 3 when we were separated. I want nothing now but to behold her face. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. I want nothing. I want no material possessions. I don't want car. I don't want land. You know what I want? I want to see my sister. That thing kills me. Help me, oh God. Whoo. There's another narrative where there was a young lady who was searching for her brother. And these sibling narratives really tear me up for some reason. But she was searching for her brother, and she said, you know, when he was sold away, he was very young. And she described him. This is deep. Stay with me. She said he's about 6 feet tall, maybe 6'2", 6'3", broad shoulders. He has a square chin. Oh, she was describing him to a T. And what was really disturbing me is that she hadn't seen this boy since he was like 9 or 10 years old. And this man would now be, 30, 40 years old. And as I kept reading, it got down to the bottom. And you know what she said? She said, in essence, and of course I'm kind of paraphrasing, but she said in essence, he would look this way because he's in the image of my father. God help me, God help me. God help me, God help me. God help me. God help me. God help me. In other words, it was the black imagination in some instances. The black imagination, that's right. The black imagination. The black ability to imagine a nation. The black ability to create possibilities in their head of what my daughter might look like. And people sang songs as they walked. They prayed prayers to God about finding babies. If you read some of these stories, so many of them would just break your heart. Oh my God, just break your heart. There's a story of a woman who had 7 children, and every single one of them, each child was sold away. Each child was sold away. And the reason it would break your heart is because she walked her whole life. That's literally, and I mean literally, she walked her whole life trying to find her children, right? And she never found any of them. And she died on the side of the road. Not even the house. She died because she sold all her possessions. Hey, shout out, hey. She sold all her possessions. She literally spent every dime conceivable trying to find her children. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Imagine now, y'all. Imagine all of a sudden you never see your siblings again. Some of you have children. Some of us don't have biological children, but we all have children. If you're grown and black, you got children. Somebody get that. If you're grown and black and you're talking about you ain't got no children, you're a child. You're a child. You can't be grown and black and you ain't got no kids. What are you talking about? Of course you have children. And it's going to take you to help raise them. I'm here to tell you what I know. And to imagine that I would never see my people again, the anguish, oh my God, the distress, oh my God, the disappointment, right? Y'all, the bitterness I would have in my heart, the enmity I would have in my heart if I'm never able to see my children again. I don't know that I'd ever be right again. And y'all, that's the magic of this lesson. That's the inheritance of our people. Most of our ancestors come to the table with that bitterness. They come to the table with that anguish. They come to the table with this troubled woes. They come to the table with a heart so wounded and so deeply troubled that they had no means of knowing how in the world to assuage that difficulty. And then they started raising another generation. But they never got over losing their own children. They never healed from it. They never got over it. If you've ever wondered, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Close the door. If you've ever wondered, you ever seen the pictures of black people? Somebody's going to really get this. You ever seen pictures of black people back in the 30s, the 40s? Most of us have. And this is what they look like. And you know why they look like that? Because the pain in their heart, the difficulty of their lives, literally belies a smile. I always wondered, I said, why they look so mean all the time? Why they look so serious all the time? And once I started studying our history, I got it. Because let me tell you something right now. If you steal my family from me right now, I'm never going to be sweet again. But there was a price to pay for this. There was a price to pay for this. Y'all, there was a generation of folks post-slavery who wanted playful parents, who wanted sweet, kind parents, who wanted parents who laughed and bubbled over. And that was not the history. So that was not what we got. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. And so we passed this distress, this dis-ease. We passed this trauma, if you will, right? From one generation to the next, teaching that in some ways, this is what we understood as black parenting. Somebody knows where I'm going. Somebody knows where I'm going. And so we kept passing this over and over into the 50s and into the 60s, etc. Absolutely, because my father was one of them. My father never held my hand. My father never kissed my forehead. Never. My father never hugged me. He was a great man. He never hugged me. My father was raised by his grandfather. The man who raised my daddy was born in 1892. Stay with me, somebody. That asking joy from that man's heart was an insult. Come on, somebody. Y'all understand what I'm saying to you? And so when my grandfather raised my father, he raised him to do what black folks did at the time, and it was called work. If you happy or not is your own business. I can't make you happy. That's what Daddy used to say. I can't make you happy. And you know what they're really saying? I don't know where happiness is. I don't know where it is. Perhaps you'll find it one day. I don't have it to give you that. That's so, ooh. But they did not want to not give us life. And so our job, y'all, our job is to do two things. The first thing, our job is to tell these generations of ancestors, thank you for looking for me. Ooh! God help me today. Thank you for looking for me. Thank you for looking for me. Thank you for wanting black people. And see, their distress and their sadness was because they couldn't find it often. And it was wounding to so many of us. It was. Let me be very clear. It was. It has been. It has been. The emotional distance, the emotional distress that many, not all, but that many black folks came with prior to integration. Absolutely, positively left scars and wounds on many, many people. But y'all, our folks were trying their best to figure out how in the world to carry a heart that was so heavy it wasn't supposed to be inside you. Nothing that heavy was supposed to be inside no woman. Nothing that heavy was supposed to be inside no man. That was not a living weight. That's the weight for a monster. Hey. And they carried it nonetheless. And here we are. Here we are. And the reason we're here now is because they walked all those miles to put us back together again. All those miles. They walked all those miles to put us back together again. They prayed that they could find us. Right? Stay with me. I'm going to say two last things. So many of us have had difficulty in our families also. Right? Some of this is the difficulty to love, the difficulty of touch, the difficulty of not being touched, the difficulty of never being affirmed, the difficulty of always being told what to do, not how marvelous we are. Somebody gets that. Somebody gets that. Somebody on this screen right here gets that. Some of us understood that yes, we ate. Yes, we had clothes. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But what was wrong with also having a little nurturing? Is somebody with me? Is somebody with me? Anthony Black, what's happening? That's my brother in Arkansas. It's my big brother in Arkansas. I love you, man. Right? And so what we got to really, really understand, y'all, is we come from a legacy where people's hurt was too heavy to carry. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not saying now that is the excuse for us not to love each other and not to take care of each other. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I'm saying quite the opposite. I'm saying our job is to create joy where they could not find it. That's right. Our job is to create joy where they couldn't find it. For example, I have this shirt on today that says breathe. And you know why I have this on? Because George Floyd said, I can't breathe. Well, you know what? I'm breathing for you, Brother George. Yeah, I'm going to breathe for you. Y'all thought you were taking his breath away? You didn't. Because Brother George Floyd, I'm breathing for you. I'm breathing for you. Because that's how we put the black family together again. We understood how necessary we were to each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? Meheret, I love you. Baba Olu, I adore you. Janice Habersheim, you're so wonderful and special to me. Thank you. Right? Y'all understand the fullness of what I'm saying, right? And the fullness of what I'm saying here is when we start dealing with the black family, we have to understand that we're going to have to heal backwards. We're going to have to heal those ancestors, right? They weren't just mean. They were not just mean. It looked mean and it felt mean. Let me be very clear. I was raised by these people. They looked mean and it felt mean. But the issue was, they were carrying a familial anguish that no human body ought ever to bear. My father never met his own father. My father never knew who his own father was. That's why he was raised by his grandfather. And they made it work. But in making it work, we left wounds. And our job is to heal it. But as we're healing the wounds, what I want us to do is not hate the people. I want us to heal them. We got to take care of each other. Y'all, we have to take care of each other. But we can't be scared to be intimate anymore. We can't be scared to hold each other's hand. Fathers, you can't be scared to kiss your sons. And I don't mean just shake their hands. I do mean kiss them. You cannot be afraid. Daddies, to hold your daughter's hand and tell her how much you love her and the way you adore her. You cannot be afraid of that anymore. We cannot write that off as, you know what I'm saying, that men just don't do that. Men start. Do it now. We've paid too much for it not being done. We paid too much. We paid for centuries where people couldn't do it. Well, we can now. We can, and we must, and we shall, and we will. Cry if you have to. And not just if you have to, cry because you want to. Cry because you want to. Why? Because we're just so precious to each other. That's enough reason to cry all by itself. That's right. I'm asking us to change. As family, the way we do family, the way we've done family, the way we've been family, I'm asking us to change it a little bit. That's right. I'm asking daddy to honor mama, not just the kids. I'm asking black men to stop having babies because you want babies, but you don't want the mama. Stop having babies if you don't want the mama. Come on, somebody. That is an immature desire. I'm asking black women, stop having babies if you can't imagine the father as being wonderful. I'm talking, come on, somebody. That's right. That doesn't mean everybody has to be raised in the context of a biological mother and father. No, what it does mean is if we can keep our blood aligned, it is a beautiful thing. It is a wonderful thing. It is a glorious thing. I grew up with siblings. I had one I shared the same mama with, somebody else I shared the same daddy with, somebody I shared not the same mama or daddy with. And no, it was never great. It wasn't the way it should have been. We made it work and we made a family. It's a beautiful family. But it wasn't what it should have been because we didn't know how to do love. We didn't know how to do it. We didn't know how to do it. Now we do. I'm honoring those, y'all, who paid the price to try. And now our job is to take the try into success. Come on. That's our job. Hey, Charles McKinney, you feel me? I love you, Charles McKinney. Our job is to take our ancestors' try into success and to praise them for having tried because trying got us this far. Come on, somebody. It got us this far. Ooh, God help me. God help me. God help me. Timothy Williams, I love you. I love you. I love you. The last thing I'm going to say to y'all is this. The last thing I'm going to say to us is this. For trying, I honor our people. And for giving everything they had to make it work. See, some of our people walked for every footstep that our ancestors walked, trying to find their children. Ashe. For every footstep, every step, I'm pouring this libation. For working 2 jobs sometimes to cover us. Ashe. For staying with an abusive spouse because they wanted the children to have the best opportunity possible. My God, Ashe. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. For spending their whole check on rent to keep roofs over our heads. Ashe. For buying us Easter outfits so we wouldn't be embarrassed on Easter Sunday morning. Ashe. Come on, somebody. Come on. Is somebody with me? Is somebody with me? For taking us to the beauty parlor when they themselves had not gone. Ashe. 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 Come on, somebody. For making us go to church because they believed that by knowing Jesus, we would never be lost. Ashe. It doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus or not. That ain't the point. What I'm pointing the ashe to is because they planted something in us that they believed would bloom into our salvation. Ashe. And y'all, all a parent can do is what they believe. The best a parent can do is what you think. The best a parent can hope for is that the seeds you plant will work. It's no guarantee. It's the hope that it will work. Ashe. Come on, somebody. Ooh. For parents deciding not to go back to school in order that you could go. Is somebody with me? Hey, God Almighty. Wow. Wow. And finally, y'all, for those black people who ask the question, have you seen him? Have you seen her? She was 10 when I saw her last. She would be 38 now. He was 6 months old when they took him out of my arms. He would be 46 now, but I'd know him if I saw him. Have you seen him? He has a scar above his right eye. I marked him. Somebody's going to get this. I marked him so that if he was ever taken from me, I could find him later. Hey! Listen to me. For elders who marked us, who put marks upon us that nobody would know but them, so that if the possibility ever came that we were separated, they would know that mark. Ooh, brilliant people, brilliant people, brilliant people. And brilliant people, we give thanks for you today. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks that you marked us because you wanted us. And now our job is to tell you we love you. We love you. If nobody ever said it, we're going to say it. If you never heard the words, I love you, you will hear them now. I love you. I love you. I adore you. I give thanks for you. Thank God you exist. Thank you. Thank you. Brothers and sisters, thank you. Thank God you are alive. Thank God you exist. And I'll see you at the family reunion. Ashe.